Hey everybody, it's Carmela here and my girl Elizabeth.
Hello, hello everyone. Such an honor to be here.
Now y'all listen, when you come in, say hello and share this video out to every mom you know, every youth leader every teacher that teaches little kids. I want you to share it out with them because they're going to be blessed. I promise you. They're going to be blessed today because I was blessed when I read it. All right, so I have to change my privacy settings to public. It defaults me to private uh, so that everybody can. There we go. We're public now, so y'all can share this out. Hey, everybody. Hey, ladies. All right, let's get it up here. Hey, look at that. That's Mama Bear right there. I know she's so proud of her daughter.
Hey, Mama.
Evangelist Angela, hello. Thank you for joining us. When y'all come on, y'all say, hey, make sure y'all share this out again to every mom with a little kid, to somebody that works with children, to youth leaders, Sunday school teachers. I'm telling you, you're really going to be blessed. We're not going to take up a lot of your time, but I was so blessed. I received my books and then I like inbox her like last night. We put this together. We haven't talked to discuss it. We just wanted to come on here live and share it with you. I wanted to just have a real authentic, conversation with Elizabeth. Now I call her Liz. With Liz. She's an amazing author. Hey, Millicent, thanks for joining. Y'all gonna want this book for your kids. I'm telling you. I'm going to share this in a couple of groups that we have, and then we're going to get started. So when y'all come on, just say hello. Y'all know how we do on here. We're going to make Elizabeth feel loved. Let her know that we're here to support her in this as an author. And this is not her first book, and I know it's not going to be her last book, but I'm telling y'all, this book is going to bless you. It's really going to bless you. And it's going to bless your children. All right. All right, Miss Liz, we're going to get started. So, y'all, I don't know if you saw the post. I think it came out. Did it come out? Did the post come out Sunday?
It did.
Okay, so I saw a post on Sunday that Liz's new book was available, and there was an Amazon link. And we can go and grab the books. And I saw the title. Liz Millicent said, we already need to talk. She need to talk. She's a new author. And so the book, let me see if I can show you. There it is. It's My Prayer Book, Simple Prayers for Little Minds by Elizabeth Wallace. And so I went to Amazon, and you know how they give you a little sneak peek. And my first thoughts were, hey, Andrea, your grandbaby's going to need these books, Andrea. My first thoughts were, we have a youth ministry, and our youth leaders could use these books to help teach prayer. Now, I had not even read the book. I hadn't read any of the prayers. I hadn't read any of the prayers in the book. I just hadn't done anything with the book. And so I was here so I just went and ordered 4. See that? I got them all upside down. Let me get them right. I went and grabbed 4 books for our youth department so that we could use these books to teach to our kids in Sunday school, at church, to use on our weekly Bible studies, just using it as tools and resources to help our kids. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. So if you have a youth ministry, if you got children, if you got grandchildren, and you believe in the power of prayer, you definitely want to have these books. Liz will be back in a second, and then I'm going to let her talk. But let me tell you, I know that her mom is, Andrew, like, okay, I'll grab some. Hey, Miss Claudia. Elizabeth's mom is Pastor Luella Jackson. She is an apostle of prayer. I'm telling you, this lady can pray like nobody's business. So I had no doubt that her that Elizabeth could pray too, because I know how her mom prays. Hey, sweetie. So I was just telling them that I know your mom is a prayer warrior. So I had no doubt that what you were going to be sharing in this book was going to be some amazing content and tools that we needed to use with our kids. Millicent, I'll drop the link in the comments in a second. All right, so I haven't even shared my thoughts yet, but Liz, just tell us about the book, how it came about, what you want the people to know about you and the book, and then I'll drop the Amazon link in the comments, y'all. And then I'm going to share my experience, what I read.
Thank you. First, I want to apologize. It sounds like my computer, I've been on it all day. It chose now to kind of disconnect from internet. And I'm sitting here like, what's going on?
Oh.
I want to apologize for that. And I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to put it to where I don't have to hold the phone real quick.
You're fine.
And we can get down. So, Carmela, thank you so much for this opportunity to be on your StreamYard, to share this moment in time with you. I just want to let you guys in on a little personal situation when it comes to writing my prayer book. Initially, if you remember years ago, I said that I was writing the Warren book. And I started writing the Warren book, and I did it from, the youth to the adolescents, to the teenagers, to the young adults, to the adults. And in doing so, I found myself at odds with myself. And I was struggling to put the prayers that I pray out loud on paper. And, I would put the book down and I say, I'll come back to it. I put it down and I will come back to it. And then, I started talking over with my husband and my parents about, why do I feel so bogged down, so, mentally, I think they say writer's block when it comes to writing the prayers. And I decided to go to God. And so I started praying deep in the morning. I started getting up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, praying about the book. I started casting out, mental, division, mental chaos, mental confusion, started praying for myself. And then he said to me one day, suffer the young children from coming unto me. And I know I kind of messed that up. And I said, wait a minute, I'm starting at the wrong spot. It's not about the big book. I start with the babies. And so from that, I started writing my prayer book. And in writing the book, I was able to pull out the pieces that I had already for the Warren book and start the book on its own. And I wanted to capture every situation that I've heard a young child goes through, or that I've seen a child go through, that one of my children may have experienced, or something that I've experienced. And I wanted to capture those prayers in the book. Now, my prayers in my prayer book is just the foundation. It is an opportunity for children to learn to pray, to create their own prayers. I firmly believe that when you give them the tools and they learn to use it, you have a force to be reckoned with. And so that's how my prayer book came about.
Listen, so I saw the link on Sunday, like I was telling them, I saw the link on Sunday and I was like, oh, I know her mama can pray, so I know these gonna be good. My book came on Wednesday. Y'all, I dropped the link in the comments. Y'all need to go to Amazon. Her name on there is Elizabeth Denise Wallace, my prayer book. Get this book. This is what it looks like. Let me get it where you can see the light. There it is. And so when I opened the book up, first of all, it's easy to read. Yeah. The font is large, it's colorful. I love that our children can see children of color in the book, first of all. So I ain't gonna share her book, you got to get you one. But it's children of color in the book. And then she has the prayers, y'all, broken up, like prayers for myself, prayers if I'm sick, prayers for my family. I love that. But it was one on here, Liz, that I was like, okay, we got to talk. I'm gonna tell you which one it was. I think it was the one. It was a prayer. She said she did the prayers depending on the situations that the kids dealing with. It was a prayer in here about a kid whose little brother was being mean or something like that, was taking his toys or something like that. And I thought that's the one. I thought that was so appropriate.
Yes.
Um, I don't want to read the whole prayer. It just says this part. It says, please bless him, Lord, with a wonderful life. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
The one that I think you're talking about, it has a little girl and a little boy fighting.
That's it. That's it. Page 19.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It says, I know I should share my toys, but my little brother acts like all my toys are his. And then, y'all, there's a prayer for the older sibling to pray over the younger sibling. Y'all know our kids fight over toys all the time. So I thought that was so powerful. And it was one about the slumber party. Kids have.
Add a little bit more about that prayer.
Go ahead.
So most of the time when we're praying for situations like that, we're praying for you to teach them a lesson, right?
Right.
To keep their hands off my toys. But that's not what a loving sister does.
Right.
It's praying to teach them to be able to collaborate and play with me. Let them learn how to share things and not assume that it's all not to be selfish. Right. So the prayers, my intent behind the prayers is to open us up to be good human beings.
Right.
To also learn to pray for each other, pray for ourselves, so that we can be, very, very positive people in society, because life is hard sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go through all types of experiences from a youth all the way up to an adult. But again, if you give us the tools that we need,
right,
we will be successful.
Exactly. Y'all, it's prayers in here for when your kids are sick. When our kids are sick, how do we feel when we get COVID?
Yes.
We're afraid. There's things that even as believers, you need other people covering you and praying for you. We don't think about what our children are dealing with. And with our kids, they don't have the vocabulary or the experience to express themselves. When I read the one in here about the kid with cancer, it's a whole hospital full of children with cancer.
Yes.
I love that you're teaching them how to trust God even in the hard moments. Y'all, all that's in this book.
Thank you. I know you showed the book with the African American family, but there's two books.
It is.
And the other book is a Caucasian family. And the reason why I did those covers is because most of the time when we buy something for our kids, we want to be able to identify with what it be. And the insides of the book are the same. Yeah. The prayers are the same. The images are the same. It's just what you prefer on the outside. Right. And that's how we are. We want to mingle with people that are like-minded, that are like us. And so I wanted to make sure everyone had an opportunity to get this book. And I didn't want them to be caught off by the cover. Right. Because I believe what's inside of the book is instrumental and important for everyone to read and just enjoy. And I want our little ones to have the tools they need to be successful.
Right, because when we start them to praying in their youth, they can deal with some things when they get to high school. Yes. And they're better equipped when they get away from home and get in college. And because my girls had some experiences in college that really and I had to keep a straight face when they shared with me, because I was like, what? Yes. But they knew how to pray. They knew how to go to God. They had a foundation. And it does, just because what this book does, though, is it helps us to show our children how to pray in its simplest form. Yes. Because say that again.
In their voice.
Yes.
In their mindset. Because I reflect on a time, and I believe my mom is up here. I reflect on a time where she would say, come on, everybody pray. And you have an evangelist, apostle, minister, grandma and aunts, and all of us are joining around in a circle praying. As kids, we looking at each other, closing one eye, trying to see what the other one is doing. And the words were over our head. Right. Right. But at some point we grew into those words. Yeah. But as a 3-year-old or an 8-year-old, those words are too big. So
Right.
I wanted to make the words so simple. When I go through a situation and someone's taking my backpack, Lord, can you help me find my backpack? Because that is all what's important for me in that situation.
That's right.
And so I wanted the prayers to be, like you said, simplest form, but get the point across.
That's right. And that's exactly what I felt when I read it. I was like, man, this is just so age appropriate. The kids, right? Millicent says, and God hears even the simplest prayers.
Yes, ma'am.
How many of us as adults, I remember when I married my husband, right before we got married, we started praying together. Now Troy was already a minister and all this, and when we would pray together, we started. I was able to share with him. Now I can't pray like you pray, right? And so
Right.
we started this thing where we would hold hands, and he would do one sentence, and I would do one sentence.
Okay.
And that goes to what Millicent said, God hears even the simplest prayers. And what it did was it allowed me, I knew how to pray, but for some reason I was intimidated, right? How many times are our kids intimidated, or they got something they want to say or they want to pray, but they don't think that it's big enough or it's flashy enough. Right. This reminds our children that your voice, even if it's dealing with the slumber party, the birthday party, somebody took your bag, somebody took your backpack, mama might be sick, whatever it is, God hears your prayers. Am I capturing what you intended?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. And you made me think about one of the prayers when you talk about the slumber party.
Okay.
The things that we protect our children from, right?
Yeah.
Bedwetting. And because we know our child may bedwet, we don't let them go to slumber parties. We kind of keep them sheltered. Well, baby, we have an issue, so let's stay home. But child wants to be a part of his peers. He wants to be with them. So teaching him to pray, and kind of giving him that encouragement and that strength to move forward is what it's all about. Because there will be situations where parents cannot shelter them, and we will not be there with them. Like you say, your daughters had a situation, you weren't there. They had to tell you about it.
Yep.
Right? But because they knew how to pray,
right,
they are here to tell you about it.
Right. Y'all, it's even a section in here about school. We're talking about bullying in school and all this craziness in school. Kids are getting sick in school. The whole class. I had a parent that was sharing that a kid was pulled out of class and had to be quarantined. The child was scared to death. They didn't understand what quarantine was. And, they just didn't know. But there's a prayer in here that says, Lord, it's Monday again. I just really want to do good in school, but I don't understand it. It even tells them how to pray over their school work. Y'all, school is their work. That is their life. They need to know how to come, especially if they get old, mean, nasty teacher. They need to know how to pray.
That is true.
They need to know how to pray.
That is true. And when I thought about the school atmosphere, because I tried to mentally walk through the life of a child, right? From waking up to going to sleep. And when I thought about the school aspect, I thought about there's some good, great in school. And then there's that child that's struggling with the work.
Yep.
And there's that child that's being bullied at school.
Yep.
There's that child that's cyberbullied.
Yep.
Another part of bullying that a lot of people don't know about or they don't talk about until after the fact.
Right.
So I wanted to give the children, the tools that they needed in all situations of school, all aspects of, I'm not as smart as my brother, but be blessed with what you have.
Right.
And learn to pray yourself through it. So
I love that. We have somebody said, my kids live in 2 households. I want to make sure they're equipped in both places. That's so important. Get 2 sets of books in one home with them. Our kids will like that. We have a blended family. And so they're getting one thing in one place and it may be slightly different in another place because you got 2 separate sets of rules. But one thing that can be their constant is their voice and their relationship with God.
I think there is a prayer in there that talks about blended families.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so, because I too have a blended family. So you're right. They can go people with their dads. They got a whole set of rules. And then they're home with you. There's a whole nother set of rules.
Yep.
You want them to be able to learn to love both aspects and find the norm and the consistency between both. Now, what Millicent just tapped me on the shoulder about with the blended family is I may need to write the next prayer book about blended families, because that's a whole nother set of prayers.
So is. And I know show is not grammatically correct, but baby,
is definitely accurate.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure they have what they need. And I'm really eager to hear your feedback, really eager to hear your thoughts on the book. There's a section about family. You have different aspects of a family, different dynamics. You may be a child that has asthma and you're in a family that smokes.
Yeah.
Talk about that in the book, and then your family, you could be in your maternal and your paternal aspect, not necessarily blended, and they are at odds with each other.
That's right.
We talk about that. And then, those children that move. I love where I live. I have my best friends here. And now you're moving me to a new place.
Yep.
There's some anxieties with that. So they need a prayer for that. And so we talk about all those aspects. The parents that work, and I am a latchkey kid.
Right.
There's a prayer in the book for that. God, please let them give them a day off so they can spend some time with me. Those are simple prayers that as parents, we may not think about.
Exactly.
But it's the world of your child. It is everything that they go through from day in and day out. These are their thoughts. I just want to find with you, Mom and Dad.
Yep.
So I'm going to pray for that.
I love it, Liz. You've done a phenomenal job with this book, y'all. I even love how it's broken into categories. It's broken into sections so they can easily find the section that they need and the thing that they're dealing with that day. I don't get any commission or anything. Like I said, we didn't talk about this book. I just sincerely know the power of prayer in the lives of anybody. But imagine how it transforms an adult when they understand how to connect with God at this age. And so grab these books for your kids, even if you don't have to force it. Say, y'all, read it tonight. They're going to pick it up.
Yes.
They're gonna pick it up when they need it. It's right by their bed. When they need it, it's there and it's there to help them. I just really encourage y'all to get this book. The link is there. It's called My Prayer Book, Simple Prayers for Little Minds, by Elizabeth D. Wallace. There's different covers depending on what you want, but the inside, it shows plenty of diversity. The kids, the families, is all diverse in here. The pictures are so cute. They're bright colors and the words are simple and the prayers are in their simplest form. Liz, anything you want to close out with?
No, I just want to say thank you. Well, yes. I just want to say thank you again for allowing me to visit your platform and share My Prayer Book. I agree with you 100+%. The children are our future.
Yes.
And so if we equip them with the ability to pray, then we'll see successful little minds become big minds and change.
That's right.
So
that's right.
I thank you again. And if anybody have any comments, questions, I am open to hear them. I'm on Facebook. Just connect with me. Share your thoughts.
And when y'all grab your book, make sure you go back and do a review on Amazon and let others know, how how you like this book as a parent. It's not everything that we can trust in our kids' hands unsupervised. This is something you can trust in your children's hands unsupervised. This is an amazing book. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank y'all for joining us. If you know some mamas, youth leaders, anybody that works with kids and believe in the power of prayer, I encourage you to share this video with them. And I'll put the link at the top as well, but it's also in the comments. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you.